Hello, welcome everybody. Let's see. Okay, you can kind of see my mat. My camera is so wobbly. I'm so sorry, guys. Okay, that's as good as it's gonna get. Oh my goodness. Don't mind this canoe over here. Okay. Well, let's rise it back up. Okay, that's as good as it's gonna get. All right, let me see. We have a few more seconds for it to go on the live. Okay. All right, we're good to go. Okay, welcome to your power flow, your afternoon power flow. My name's Candy. I'm going to be guiding you through your practice today. Grab a water and a towel and meet me on your mat in Shavasana, taking up as much room as you'd like, starfishing out wide. And my head's going to be cut off a little bit, so that's okay. Option to take the soles of your feet together, Supta Baddha Konasana. Take your left hand to your heart, your right hand to your lower belly. Begin to deepen your breath. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Feel your chest rise, your ribs expand. Sigh it out of your mouth. 2 more, just like that. Deepest inhale through your nose. Feel your belly rise with air. Audible exhale through your mouth. Last one. Seal your lips. Start to begin your Ujjayi breathing, your breath of fire. Remember, if you ever need to cool down during today's flow, bring it back to your breath. Try to focus on your inhales and iron out your exhales. Remember, you can always stay in child's pose if you ever need to cool down as well. Take a few more breaths here, feeling your heartbeat in your left hand. the rise and the fall of your belly in your right. Nothing else to do, just be here on your mat. Today in this practice, I challenge you to try to stay in the present moment. Because our minds are always wandering around what's going to happen next or what's the next thing we have to do. But today, just for these few moments, your body, reach your toes to the top of your mat. Bring your hands to the back. Take a good morning stretch. Bring both knees into your chest. Tee out your arms. Roll your legs to the left side of the mat. Push them up as close to your left armpit as you can. Gaze to the right. Make sure both shoulders are pinned on the mat. Deep breath in through your nose. On your exhale, can you get a little bit deeper, grounding your right shoulder more onto the mat. Last 2 rounds of breath. Come back to center. Stay for a round of breath. On your exhale, drop your legs to the right side of the mat, pushing them up as close to your right armpit as you can. Gaze to the left. Last round of breath. Slowly come back to center. Keep your right leg into your chest. Extend your left leg to the top of your mat. Give it 2 to 3 squeezes. Then ground down your left hip with your left palm, pulling your right knee up and over into your right armpit. Maybe you point and flex your right toes or your right foot. Maybe make some circles with your ankle, rolling it. Slowly come back to center, switching out legs. Extend your right leg to the top of your mat, bringing your left knee into your chest, giving it 2 to 3 squeezes. Then ground down your right hip with your right palm, pulling your left knee up and over to your left armpit. If you were pointing and flexing your foot on the right side, try it on this side. Maybe get some ankle rolls in, or maybe you just stay flexed. Slowly come back to center, bringing both knees into your chest. Cross your ankles. Rock and roll the length of your spine 2 to 3 times until you make your way into a tabletop position. Stack your shoulders over your wrists, your hips over knees. We're going to do a few rounds of cat-cows whenever you're ready. Inhale, drop your belly, gaze goes up. Exhale, round your spine, try to push the floor away. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, round your spine, gaze to your belly button. Do a few more rounds on your own. Get as fluid as you like. Maybe you wag your hips from side to side. Maybe you make some circles with your wrists. Maybe you flip your fingertips back to face your knees. We're here for 3 more rounds of breath. Back to neutral position. Extend your right leg to the back of your mat, flexing your foot and dialing your hip down. Deep breath in. On your exhale, crunch to your nose, engaging your core. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, crunch together. 2 more. Lengthen it out. Crunch it together. Inhale. Exhale, crunch knee to nose. Lengthen your right leg back out. We're going to pulse for a count of 5. Up and down, engaging your booty. 4, 3, 2, 1. Leg comes down, switch out sides. Left leg extends to the back of your mat, flexing your foot and dialing your hip down. It's like Jane Fonda, huh? Deep breath in. Exhale, crunch to your nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, crunch, 2 more. Lengthen it out, crunch it together. Inhale, exhale, tap to your nose. Lengthen your left leg back out. Pulsing, 4, 5, up and down, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everything down to the mat. We're gonna thread the needle. Right hand comes up high. Leave it under your left, bringing your right ear down to the mat. Maybe you extend your left hand to the top of your mat or take a bind around your lower back, grabbing onto the inside of your right thigh. Or if you're feeling fancy, try to take a balancing pose, lifting your left leg up. 2 more rounds of breath. Everything comes back down to the mat. Right hand comes up high. Ground it down. 1 round of cat-cows. Inhale, drop your belly, gaze up. Exhale, round your spine, pushing the floor away. Back to a neutral position. Left hand comes up high. Leave it under your right, bringing your left ear down to the mat. Try to mirror whatever you did on the other side. So I took the bind. I'm going to take the bind again. If you took a balancing pose on the other side, try it on this side. 2 more rounds of breath. Everything comes back down to the mat. Left hand comes up high. Ground it down. Tuck your toes. Make your way into your first down dog. Walking your dog out. Bending one knee, straightening the other. Spreading your fingertips wide. Inhale, come up onto your tippy toes. Exhale, sink your heels. 1 more. Inhale, come up onto your tippy toes. Exhale, sink your heels down. Take a deep breath in through your nose. On the exhale, travel to the top of your mat. Separate your feet hip-width distance apart. Deep bend in your knees. Interlace your fingers behind your neck. Let the crown of your head come as close to the mat as you can. Make sure you still have a deep bend in your knees. Maybe you find stillness, or maybe you sway side to side. If this is uncomfortable for you, interlace your hands behind you, pulling them towards the top of your mat, getting that nice shoulder stretch in. So second option or the first option. We're here for 3 more rounds of breath. Hands come back to the mat. Heel toe your feet together. Slowly rise up vertebrae by vertebrae. The last thing that will come up will be your head. Inhale, mountain. Open arm twist to the right, gazing over your right shoulder, twisting from your core. Inhale, center. Open arm twist to the left, gazing over your left shoulder. Bumping your left hip forward. Inhale, center. Dive it down. Halfway lift, flat back. Plant your hands, step or hop back to a high plank. We're going to hold it here for a few rounds of breath. Engaging your core, spread your fingertips wide. Let me knock my booty down a little bit. Okay, there you go. Gaze at the top of your mat. We're here for 3 rounds of breath. Woo! You got this last round of breath. Come halfway halfway down. Squeeze your elbows into your ribs. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, down dog. Deep breath in. On your exhale, travel to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Mountain, strong rise up. Open arm twist to the left, gazing over your left shoulder, bumping your left hip forward. Inhale, center. Open arm twist to the right, gazing over your right shoulder, bumping your right hip forward. Inhale, center. Dive it down. Halfway lift, flat back. Plant your hands, step or hop back to a high plank. We're going to hold it here for a few rounds of breath, guys. Make sure your fingertips are spread wide. Sometimes my brain wants to talk faster than my mouth. 2 more rounds of breath. Come halfway down. Inhale up. Exhale, down dog. Deep breath in. On your exhale, travel to the top of your mat. Awesome job. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Mountain, rise up strong. Open arm twist to the right, gazing over your right shoulder. Make sure you're bumping your right hip forward. Inhale, center. Open arm twist to the left. Inhale, center. Dive it down. Halfway lift, flat back. Plant your hands, step or hop back. Last round of high planks, guys. You got this. Engaging your core, protracting through your upper spine. Get that nice little cat dome. Stack your heels over your toes. Last 2 rounds of breath. Come halfway down. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, down dog. Deep breath in. On your exhale, travel to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Mountain, rise up strong. Open arm twist to the left. Inhale, center. Open arm twist to the right. Inhale, center. Maybe get a little back bend. Cactus your arms. Dive it down. Halfway lift, flat back. Plant your hands, step or hop back. Flow through your vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, down dog. Deep breath in. On your exhale, travel to the top of your mat. Awesome job. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Mountain, rise up strong. Dive it down. Halfway lift. Plant your hands, step or hop back. Flow through your vinyasa. Inhale up. Exhale, down dog. Deep breath in through your nose. Sigh it out of your mouth. Right leg comes up high. Bend at your knee to open your hips. Hip circles. If you're ready to flip your dog, go for it. If not, maybe do a few more rounds of hip circles. Maybe switching up directions. Come back to a 3-legged dog. Plant your foot in the middle of your palms, high crescent. Square your hips to the center of the room. Deep bend in your right knee. Deep breath in. Can you sink a little bit lower? One more deep breath in. Sink a little bit lower. Bind your hands at the base of your spine. Puff up your chest. Humble warrior, bending over your right knee. Bringing your right shoulder to your right knee. Last round of breath. Awesome job. Back to a high crescent. Deep breath in. Hands to mat. Step your right to your left. Chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale, down dog. Deep breath in. Sigh it out. Left leg comes up high. Bend at your knee to open your hips. Hip circles. Or if you're ready to flip your dog, you flipped it on the other side. Try flipping it on this side. Back to a three-legged. Plant your foot in the middle of your palms, high crescent. Make sure your feet are planted and ready before you rise up. Sink it down low. Take a deep breath in. Relax your shoulders. Exhale, sink a little bit lower. Find your hands at the base of your spine. Puff up your chest. Humble warrior, folding over your bent knee. Bring your left shoulder to your left knee. Try to keep the bind. One more round of breath. Release the bind back to a high crescent. Deep breath in. Hands to mat. Step your left to your right. Chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale, down dog. Deep breath in. On your exhale, travel to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Mountain, rise up strong. Dive it down. Halfway lift. Plant your hands, step or hop back. Flow through your vinyasa. Inhale up. Exhale, down dog. Deep breath in. Sigh it out. Building up some heat. Who's feeling it? I can't see you, but I bet you are. Right leg comes up high. Bend at your knee to open your hips. Hip circles. Or if you're ready to flip your dog now, lifting your hips high, knocking your head back. Back to a three-legged. Plant your foot in the middle of your palms, high crescent. How low can you go? Engage your left booty cheek. Active fingertips. One more round of breath. Sink a little bit lower. Bind your hands at the base of your spine. Puff up your chest. Humble warrior, folding over your right knee. Try to bring your bind as close to the top of your mat as you can. Last round of breath. Release your bind back to a high crescent. Deep breath in. Hands to mat. Step your right to your left. Chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale, down dog. Deep breath in through your nose. Sigh it out. Left leg comes up high. Bend at your knee to open your hips. Hip circles. Or flipping your dog. Go as slow as you can if you're flipping your dog. Back to a three-legged. Plant your foot in the middle of your palms, high crescent. Square your hips to the center. One more round of breath. Sink a little bit lower. Find your hands at the base of your spine. Puff up your chest. Humble warrior, folding over your left knee. Keeping the bend in your left knee. One more round of breath. Release the bind back to a high crescent. Deep breath in. Hands to mat. Step your left to your right. Chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale, down dog. Deep breath in through your nose. Audible exhale through your mouth. Drop down to your knees. We're going to take a puppy pose. Stack your hips over your knees and reach for the top of your mat, bringing your forehead down. I do like to cue at least 2 breaks in my class, but remember, take as many as you'd like. Respect your body. Whew. Feeling that heat. Wherever you are, we're here for 3 more rounds of breath. Maybe towel off, maybe get a sip of water. On these next few rounds, we're going to add in a little bit of core work. Remember, it's always optional to skip the core work and stay in down dog, but I highly encourage it because it tightens your core and it gets you ready for a lot of the advanced poses. So, whenever you're ready, slowly rise up to a tabletop position. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Right leg comes up high. Right knee, right elbow, tap and hover. Back to a 3-legged. Right knee, left elbow, tap and hover. Kick it onto the floor, fall in triangle. Left hand comes up high. Left hand comes back down. Right leg swings back up. Plant your foot in the middle of your palms. Drop your back knee down. Modified crescent. Sink your hips as low as you can go, stacking your knee over your ankle. Relax your shoulders, last round of breath. Easy splits. Frame your right foot. Try to sit back on your left. Gaze at your toes. 1 more round of breath here. Bend back into your right knee. Tuck your left toes. High crescent. Strong rise up. Sink it down low. Ooh, I'm a little wobbly. Push your left hip forward. Push your right hip back. Square it to the center. Deep breath in. Sink a little bit lower. Power lunge. Swing your arms back, hovering your torso above your thigh. Gazing at your big toe. Active arms like you're holding a beach ball. 1 more round of breath here. On your exhale, spiral open, warrior 2. Tucking your tailbone, gazing down your pointer finger. Tweeze your shoulder blades together. Sink a little bit lower. Triangle, straighten your right leg. Reach for the top of your mat. Tick-tock down. Try to gaze at your top hand. Engaging your core, don't dump into your right side. Open your chest to the left side of the room. Reverse triangle, right hand comes up and over, gazing at your top hand. Sink back to a warrior 2. Deep breath in. Hands to mat, standing splits. Launch off your back foot. Dialing your hips down. Option to take handstand hops here or Shiva squats. If you're going to Shiva squat with us, bring your right hand heart center. Deep breath in. Squatting down low, bring your left calf behind your right calf. Inhale back up. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last inhale back up. Slowly rise up, bringing your left knee in with you. 1-legged Tadasana. Hands can come heart center. Gain your balance first. Whenever you're ready, extend your left leg out in front of you to the top of your mat. We're going to pulse for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kick it back to a warrior 3, dialing your hips down. Hands can stay heart center or reach for the top of your mat. If you fall out, try to get back in. 1 more round of breath. Hands come down to the mat. Big step to the back of your mat. Swing your right to your left. Chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale, down dog. Deep breath in. Side out. Left leg comes up high. Left knee, left elbow, tap and hover. Back to a 3-legged. Left knee, right elbow, tap and hover. Kick it onto the floor, falling triangle. Right hand comes up high. Right hand comes back down. Left foot swings back. Plant your foot in the middle of your palms, modified crescent. Drop your back knee down. How low can you go? Maybe you scoot your left foot a little bit forward. to keep a nice deep stretch. Easy splits. Frame your left foot. Try to sit back on your right. Bend back into your left knee. Tuck your right toes. High crescent. Square your hips to the center, sinking down low. Relax your shoulders. We're here for 2 more rounds of breath. Every exhale, try to sink a little bit lower in your bending knee. 1 more deep breath in. Sink a little bit lower. Power lunge. Swing your arms back, hovering your torso above your thigh. Active arms. Last deep breath in. On your exhale, spiral open, warrior 2. Tucking your tailbone. Active arms reaching in opposite directions. Triangle. Straighten your left leg. Reach for the top of your mat. Tick-tock down. Reverse triangle. Left hand comes up and over. Use your core to bring you back to warrior 2. Deep breath in. Hands to mat. Standing splits. Launch off your right foot. Dialing your hips down. Handstand hops here or Shiva squats. If you're going to squat it out with us, bring your left hand heart center. Deep breath in. Squatting down low. 4, 5. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale it back up. Slowly rise up, bringing your right knee in with you. One-legged Tadasana. Hands heart center. Gaining your balance first. Extend your right leg to the top of your mat. We're going to pulse. 4, 5. 4, 3, 2, 1. Kick it back. Warrior 3. Dial your hips down. Active right foot leg. You're going to karate chop the back of the wall. 1 more round of breath. Hands come down to the mat. Big step to the back of your mat. Swing your left to your right. Chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale down dog. Deep breath in. Sigh it out. Drop down to your knees. Take a child's pose. Awesome job, guys. Maybe grab a sip of water. This next round, we're going to kick it up a notch and go 1 breath to 1 movement. It's going to be a little bit quicker. If it's too fast for you, go at your own pace. Take 3 more rounds of breath in your child's pose. Slowly rise up to a tabletop position. Tuck your toes, down dog. Right leg comes up high. Right knee, right elbow. Tap and hover. Make sure you're hovering, don't kick it back. Inhale, 3-legged. Right knee, left elbow, tap and hover. Kick it onto the floor. Left hand comes up high. Fall in triangle. Left hand comes down. Right foot swings back to a 3-legged. Plant your foot in the middle of your palms. Modified crescent. Drop your back knee down. Deep breath in. Easy splits. Framing your right foot. Sitting back on your left. If full splits is in your practice, go for it. One more round of breath. Bend back into your right knee. Tuck your left toes. High crescent. Strong rise up. Sinking down low. Power lunge. Swing your arms back, hovering your torso above your thigh. Deep breath in. On your exhale, spiral open, warrior 2. Tucking your tailbone, gaze down your pointer finger. Triangle, straighten your right leg, reach for the top of your mat. Tick-tock down, opening your chest to the left side of the room. Reverse triangle, right hand comes up and over. Maybe take a bind with your left hand going around your lower back. Back to a warrior two. Deep breath in. Hands to mat, standing splits. Launch off your back foot. Last chance to get upside down on this side. If not, bring your hand heart center. Deep breath in. Squatting down low. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale it back up. Slowly rise up. One-legged Tadasana. Bringing your left knee into your chest. Extending your left leg out in front of you, the top of your mat. Pulsing. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kick it back to warrior three. Dial your hip down. Active left foot. Maybe this time reach for the top of your mat. Oh, I just used my sofa for a cheat. Hands come down to the mat. Big step to the back of your mat. Swing your right to your left. Chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale, down dog. Deep breath in. Side out. Left leg comes up high. Left knee, left elbow, tap and hover. Hover. Inhale, three-legged. Left knee, right elbow, tap and hover. Kick it onto the floor, fall in triangle. Right hand comes down. Left leg swings back to a three-legged. Plant your foot in the middle of your palms, modified crescent. Easy splits, framing your left foot. Try to sit back on your right. Or if you tried full splits on the other side, try it again on this side. Last round of breath. Bend back into your left knee. Tuck your back toes. High crescent. Deep breath in. Sink a little bit lower. Relaxing your shoulders. Power lunge. Swing your arms back, hovering your torso above your thighs. Gaze at your big toe. One more round of breath. Warrior two. Spiral open, sinking down. Triangle. Straighten your left leg. Reach for the top of your mat. Tick-tock down. Opening your chest to the right side of the room. Reverse triangle. Left hand up and over. Try to take the bind on this side. Around your lower back. Back to a warrior two. Deep breath in. Hands to mat. Standing splits. Launch off your back foot. Last chance to get upside down. Or Shiva squat. Deep breath in. Squat it down low. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale it back up. Slowly rise up. One-legged Tadasana. Right leg in with you. Extending it to the top of your mat. Pulsing. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Swing it back. Warrior three. If you fall out, try to get back in. Try to reach for the top of your mat on this side. Hands come down to the mat. Big step to the back. Swing your left to your right. Chaturanga. Woo. Inhale up. Exhale, down dog. Deep breath in. Side out. Right leg comes up high. Pigeon on the right side. Right knee to your right wrist. Drop your laces down. Push your left leg as far back as it can go. Squaring your hips to the center. Inhale up onto your fingertips. Exhale, sink down low. Maybe to your forearms or maybe your forehead down to the mat. Just like at the beginning of class, begin to deepen your breath. Deep breaths in through your nose, audible exhales through your mouth. Try to release some of that heat that we've built up within our bodies. If you feel yourself rolling to the right side, try to come back to center. Pin your left hip down on the mat. Maybe tuck your back toes and square your hips back to the center of the room. Just breathe. Remember, if your mind starts to wander during these last few moments of class, bring it back to your breath. Count your inhales, count your exhales. Most of the time, I always have chattering going on in my head, and sometimes it's never ending. So I'm always either counting my breaths or counting my heartbeats, just to kind of get me out of my head and shut the chatter up every once in a while. Slowly rise back up to your palms if you're not already there. Swing your left leg around so your right foot's going to get into your left thigh. Inhale your hands above your head, folding over your left leg. Maybe grab onto your calf, or maybe you can touch your toes. Just breathe. Try to let your exhales get you deeper in your stretches. Slowly rise all the way back up. Switching out sides. Extend your right leg, bringing your left foot into your right thigh. Inhale your hands above your head, folding over your right leg. Notice if you can get a little bit more deeper on one side versus the other side. One side's always more open than the other. Like my left side's a lot more open than my right side, which is weird. That's okay. Slowly rise all the way up. From here, we're going to transition into the left pigeon. So kick your right foot back, squaring your hips to the center of the room. If you need to get back into a down dog to get into your pigeon on the left side, go for it. If not, and you're in this position, inhale up onto your fingertips. Exhale, sink down low to your forearms, pinning your right hip down on the mat. Tuck your back toes, square your hips back to the center. Slowly rise back up to your palms. Swing your right leg back around, so extending both feet out in front of you. Inhale your hands above your head, folding over your legs. If you want to get back into down dog and make hip circles on either side of your hips to even things out, go for it. And we're meeting back in a staff pose. Slowly roll back up. Hands come out in front of you. Slowly roll down, vertebrae by vertebrae. The last little bit of core work. Last thing that's going to hit your mat will be your head. Go as slow as you can. Plant your feet onto the mat, close enough so you can graze the back of your feet with your fingertips. You're going to come up for 2 bridge poses. Whenever you're ready, push your palms into the mat, slowly lifting up, tucking your tailbone. Squeeze your legs together like you're holding a block. 3 rounds of breath. Every exhale, try to send your hips a little bit higher. Slowly rolling all the way down. Windshield wiper your legs side to side. Come back to center. Last bridge, or if full wheel is in your practice, go for it. Slowly plant your palms into the mat, lifting up, tucking your tailbone. Maybe if you're in a bridge, try taking a bind, tucking your shoulders underneath. 3 rounds of breath. Make sure you can still wiggle your toes. Rolling all the way down. Windshield wiper your legs side to side. Come back to center. Bring both knees into your chest. Tee out your arms. Roll your legs to the left side of the mat. Gaze to the right. Last little bit of detox. Twisting out the toxins. Roll back onto your back. Drop your legs to the right side of the mat. Gaze to the left. Slowly roll back to center. Full happy baby. Grabbing onto the razor blade edges of your feet and pulling down, or your calves. Option is stay still or maybe sway side to side, finding some movement. Bring both knees back into your chest. Give yourself the biggest hug. Bring your forehead into your knees. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And on your exhale, explode into Shavasana, taking up as much room as you like. Palms down for grounding. Shut down your eyes. Begin to deepen your breath. Get any of those little wiggles out. Adjust your clothes. Wipe the sweat away from your brow. Let your exhales melt you deeper into your mat. Separate your top lip from your bottom lip. Let your eyes roll to the back of your head. mind starting to wander, bring it back to your breath. Count your inhales, count your exhales. If you're ready to get on with your day, start to bring movement back into your body, wiggling your toes, rolling your ankles. Rub each fingertip with your thumb. Roll your wrists out. Rock your head from side to side. Reach your hands to the back of your mat, pointing your toes to the top. Take that last good morning stretch. Then bring both knees into your chest. Roll onto your favorite side of the mat. Use your bottom hand as a cradle. Fetal pose is the sign of rebirth, starting a new blank page to your own chapter book. Remember that you can always come back to your mat to press this reset button and start your new blank page. Doesn't matter how many times a day. Slowly push yourself up to a seated position with your eyes still closed. Bring your hands heart center. Push your thumbs into your chest into your thumbs. Feel your heart beating. You are alive, you are here, and you are well. Cherish every moment that you have here. The light, the love in me truly honors and respects the light, the love in y'all. And so I say namaste. Thank y'all so much for joining me this afternoon. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.